Hey guys, it's Chelsea and I am finally here for my Black Friday book outlet unboxing. This has been, it's been a struggle for my patience with this. Normally I get my book outlet orders really fast because I think they have a warehouse. I want to say it's in New York, I think. It's either New York or Ohio. But generally, I live in Pennsylvania, so I generally get my orders like within a day or two of getting a shipping confirmation. And I ordered these on Black Friday, and I just now got them. So that kind of gives you an inclination of my patience level with this. I kept checking my tracking information and it literally went up and down the East Coast probably 3 times. Like it was down in North Carolina, then back up to like Philly, then down into Maryland, and then back up into Philly. I don't know what truck it got put on, but this box has been through hell and back. When I opened it, normally I try and open the stuff right before I do the video. I literally kind of cut one edge of the tape and the box like fell open like a bloomin' onion. All 4 of the corners are like shredded and I was like, oh no, all my books are gonna be ruined. Fortunately, everything that's in the box is in excellent shape still, so that's always a plus. It took a bit to get here. So without further ado, here are the books. Paper! More paper! Oh, more paper! There's always a lot of paper that comes in these boxes. By the way, do you guys like my Christmas lights? I was feeling very festive. If I could zoom back a little bit, you could see all the fancy garland that's going on, but the rest of my room is kind of a mess right now, so this is all you're getting. So the first book that I am pulling out of the box is called OCD Love Story, and this is by Corey Ann Haidu. This book looked kind of intriguing to me. I would never have picked up this book based off the cover. Everything is just very pink, and I'm not a very pink girl, but the Goodreads reviews on this book kind of enticed me. They're not necessarily good, but whenever I see reviews where everybody says that a book is hard to physically get through just because of how tough the narrator is kind of enticing to me. That's a horrible description. As in, like, this is told about a girl who has a very hard time keeping her OCD tendencies to herself and tries to not stalk the guys that she becomes obsessed with. It just kind of sounded really good. Everyone said that it was a very uncomfortable read, and maybe I'm a weird person, but that kind of sounded intriguing to me, so I picked it up for like $1 or something. This next book, I'm so excited to finally get it. It is The Book of Ivy. I'm so excited to read this. Everybody has been reading this. It is by Amy Engel, and I love the spine of this. That's honestly the main reason I really wanted this book, because it has a knife on the spine. I love cool spines because that's generally what you see on your shelf. Oh, it just looks so cool. All that I really know about this is it's kind of a dystopian post-apocalyptic, which I know everybody's sick of at this point, but it sounds kind of intriguing. I know there's like daughters versus sons, where daughters have to be married off to sons, and of course there's a couple in here that like disobey the rules or something. That's probably not at all what happens, but everybody's been raving about this book, and The Revolution of Ivy is the sequel to, I believe this is just a duology, and it just came out, so I'm hoping to get that one soon and just marathon through these. So I kind of want to go in not really knowing much about these and just enjoy the ride. This next book you all are probably going to judge me about a little bit, but I mean, y'all can get over that. But it is Xmas by Kate Bryan, who I didn't know apparently wrote Private, which is such a cliquey, gossipy girl type series. But this, I mean, I kind of just impulse bought this off the cover, and the spine is pretty cute. Also, it's like candy canes. I just am really feeling the need to read like sappy Christmas reads this year for some reason. I don't know. I'm just kind of really in the mood for like contemporary cute love stories. And this is Christmas themed, so I figure I can fly through this little teeny tiny book super fast. These next 2 books I picked up, and I have already read these, but I actually kind of just really wanted to own them, and that is The Edge of Never and The Edge of Always by J.A. Redmersky. Yep, don't know how to say that name. I read these a while back as ebooks. I loved the first one. This is one of the first new adult books that I ever read when new adult kind of became a thing. Did not like the sequel. it just kind of changed the feel of the story for me, and in a good way for the characters, nothing wrong, but I just really liked the like rebellion side that happened in this book. Without giving spoilers or anything, these books are about a girl who pretty much just kind of like wants to get away from everything, like her friends and drama that's happening in her life, and literally just hops on a bus and just leaves. And of course there is a hot guy that is on the bus that of course they start to talk, and it's their story of their rocky relationship. I actually really like this series, so I highly recommend picking these up if they're still on there. This next book that I'm really excited because I've been wanting to buy it for a long time, but that is Birthright by Kate Tiernan. And for those of you who don't know, Kate Tiernan wrote the Sweep series, which is one of my all-time favorite series from when I was a younger teen. It was just great, and I kind of swore that I would always read everything by her. Didn't even know this came out, so really excited to get it. It's a pretty cool cover. All that I know about it is it kind of sounds like a animal, I was gonna say Animorph, that dates me there. Kind of sounds like a werewolf type story, or not necessarily a werewolf, but she turns into a jaguar, or she has jaguar genes. I don't know, it just sounds really cool. The cover's really cool. It's by Kate Tiernan, so I bought it. The next book that I picked up is Paranormalcy by Kiersten White. This is kind of a paranormal romance that I just kind of skimmed over when it came out because I was a little over paranormal romance at the time of its release, and I'm kind of, oddly enough, working my way back to that. They're just easy to read through, and I've just been kind of needing mindless reads recently, so I picked up this. I may or may not have picked up the second two in the trilogy in a different book outlet order that's coming, so yeah, feel free to subscribe to this channel to see another unboxing that's probably coming way too soon. But yeah, this just sounded like a good quick read for me, so I picked it up. The next book that I got, I kind of bought on an impulse because it was like on one of those like recommended to me sections on the site, and that is Catch Up Clouds, and this is by Annabelle Pitcher. I like the cover of this. The concept sounded really cool. It kind of sounded like a girl is pen pals with a serial killer who is on death row, and it goes back and forth between them. I can't really turn down a cheap hardcover book. Also, its reviews on Goodreads were really, really good, so I kind of wanted to give it a try as something different. This next book that I got, I've been looking at for so long because it's been in the bargain section in my bookstore, and it's been on Book Outlet for a long time, so I finally caved and got it because everybody really, really enjoys it. And it is Faking Normal by Courtney C. Stevens. Everybody really likes this book. I would probably never have gotten this had I not heard good reviews about it. Kind of based off the cover. I don't really like the cover, but after looking at it, Ruta Sepetys is blurbed on the back, and she wrote Between Shades of Grey, which is one of my favorite books, so I mean, I'm sold on that. I know there is a lot of self-harm trigger warnings and depression in this book, so I feel like it's going to be a really hard read, but I figured I would pick it up when it was like really, really cheap and just give it a go and see what happened. The next book I got, I'm pretty pumped that they had it on there, and that is Enshadowed by Kelly Cray. This is the second book in the Nevermore series, and I picked up Nevermore, I believe, in my last Book Outlet haul, so I'm kind of excited to read through these, and I believe Oblivion just came out, which is actually the third and possibly final book in that series. I'm not entirely sure, but this has been a long ongoing series, and I don't know, I kind of like books like that because that means a lot of work went into them. So yeah, these are, I believe, Edgar Allan Poe retellings in YA, so of course there's going to be some romance in there. The next book that I picked up is A Little Wanting Song by Kath Crowley. I picked this up mainly because I read a book by Kath Crowley a couple of years ago called Graffiti Moon and loved it. She just has such an artistic voice in her writing, and I kind of want to pick up any of her other books as I see them. All that I know about this is it kind of deals with more music and science and nature rather than graffiti and art. And I kind of want to go into this not really knowing much, but I'm pretty excited to read this. It's a fairly short book, so I'll probably get through it really quickly, but I'm really glad that I got this. The next book that I picked up is Conversion by Catherine Howe. I've been seeing this everywhere. This has been on bestseller shelves in like every store you go into when it came out. I really, really like the cover of this, but I just kind of never got around to picking it up, and I'm kind of glad I waited until I got it really cheap, because now that I'm looking at the reviews of it, they aren't that great. Like, it kind of has a fairly low rating on Goodreads, which is generally a sign for not a great book, in my opinion, on bestsellers. I know that this goes back and forth in time between the Salem witch trials and I believe a boarding school that takes place, I'm assuming, in modern day Salem. And something starts happening to the girls in that school, and I'm assuming it kind of parallels things that happen to the women in the witch trials. That sounds intriguing to me. The Salem witch trials have always been a point of interest to me, so I kind of figured I would get to it. And they had it for hardcover for like $1 or something. I don't know. So I figured I would grab it and give it a go. If nothing else, it has a really cool cover. The next book that I got is Dustland's Raging Star. I believe this is the third book in the Blood Red Road series, or Dustlands, I guess, series is what it's called now. I read Blood Red Road when it came out a long time ago with the completely different cover, and then they re-released them with these covers with like different colors, and now it's called the Dustland series. I don't really know. It's by Moira Young, and I read Blood Red Road a long time ago, and I know it's not super popular because it's hard to read. It's told in a very different dialect, and you kind of have to read it phonetically. Like, you're almost better reading it off out loud because you'll understand what they're saying a lot easier. It takes a little bit to get into, but I love the story. It was so unique and so kind of dark and mysterious, but it's definitely I don't want to call it a dystopian. It's a post-apocalyptic alternate type world and it kind of is a survival story. I just really like the series, and I recently picked up the second one, so I figured I would grab the third one and keep going with the series. The next book that I grabbed is The Rosie Effect by Graham Simsian. I have no idea how to say that name. I feel like I should be able to, but I don't know. This is the sequel to The Rosie Project, which I picked up recently, and I have not read it yet, but as far as I know, it's about a scientist who studies kind of social relationships and pretty much tries to pick the perfect wife for him, I guess. And of course, this random woman comes into his life looking for her father, I believe it is, and it's their story from there on. And this is the sequel, so I figured I would grab it so I could read both of them back to back. So, picked it up. And the last two books that I have in this sad, sad box is The Clockwork Scarab and The Spirit Glass Charade. These are by Colleen Gleason, and these are purely cover buys because I really like these covers. They're just really cool, and they're hardback. I couldn't really tell you anything about it other than it has really good authors that are blurbed on the back. It has Rachel Hawkins, Sophie Jordan, Katie Cross, Kirsty Cook, Leah Cypress. It just has really good authors blurbed. It says a Stoker and Holmes novel. I believe this is kind of a steampunky Sherlock Holmes story, possibly. I don't know. I just look at the covers. That's why I bought them. Okay, this was a task. I really wanted to try holding all these books, but here we go. I got, how many is this? 16. That's a lot of books. Man, I didn't mean to buy that many books, but I did. So, okay, these are going down. Whew. Okay, that was nearly treacherous, but yeah, so that's what I picked up on Black Friday. Like I said, I got all 16 of those books for like $40-ish, including shipping. So that was really, really exciting. And in case you're interested, stay tuned for another book outlet haul that's coming soon because I have, again, no self-control. Also, I have another exciting unboxing video coming up if you want to subscribe for that. That will be coming up probably tomorrow, maybe the next day. So that's gonna be it for me this video. Hopefully you guys got something exciting. I know I'm a little late to the game when it comes to these unboxing videos because it took a while to get the package, but it is finally here and I have some serious reading to do. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!